Welcome back. Sometimes it can be difficult finding out if our pets are experiencing pain. After all, they can't talk, but there are signs and symptoms responsible pet owners can be aware of. Joining us now with more is Medical Director with South Paws Veterinary Surgical Specialists, Dena Lodato. Dena, welcome back to Great Day.
Thank you so much. I appreciate being back.
Of course. So tell us, how do we know if our pet is in pain?
Well, the biggest thing is dogs and cats over, centuries and centuries and centuries. If you display pain or anything, it's always going to be perceived as a sign of weakness to other animals. Being able to kind of pick up on subtle things is important. For example, one of the most common things that I see in orthopedic patients is limping. Same thing with people. If you hurt, you're going to limp. So limping, sometimes personality changes. Some dogs who usually like being pet, if they start kind of, whimpering or kind of snapping, if you kind of hit a painful spot. The other thing is cats. Cats are a little bit different. With them, the most common sign that you can see is reluctance to jump. So people will come in and be like, oh yeah, my cat used to jump on the, counter and, eat the food and everything, and now, he's really not wanting to. It's the number one thing that you see with kitties.
Okay. And then what about food? I mean, do they either start eating more or less depending on signs? Could that be interpreted one way or another?
Potentially. With cats, probably a little bit less. A lot of times that, with having the food on the counters and everything, they might start losing weight. And then if they're not as active too, they're not going to be burning as many calories. So you might actually, wonder why, your poodle looks like a little engorged tick. Because they're not burning all the calories that they used to.
Sure.
So
okay. So what should responsible pet owners do if they have any notion that their pet is experiencing some kind of pain? I mean, less or severe, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So the first thing would be to go to your primary veterinarian. What they'll do is a thorough physical, orthopedic, and neurologic examination. See what's going on, kind of figure out if there's any areas of pain, and then they might end up sending you to me. So send out for a referral. For example, some dogs may have a cruciate tear or an ACL tear, all right? The instability in that nail actually cause pain. So number one thing that we'll do is go ahead and stabilize that knee, okay? Other things is back pain, all right? Potentially we have a herniated disc. So like I said, kind of depending on the problem, we'll be able to kind of tell you what we need to do and address the underlying issue, and then follow up with that. Even arthritis, even though that's not necessarily a surgical condition, that is something that we can manage with physical therapy, weight management, things like that.
And so how do you kind of narrow down what type of pain the pet is experiencing? I mean, this is just through these different procedures?
Yeah, usually, excuse me, with chronic pain, like I said, with like an arthritic dog, something like that, they may not necessarily have the, oh my God, I broke my leg pain. It might be more kind of a chronic dull. So with those guys, you're going to be looking for more kind of subtle things, range of motion a little bit, restricted. And obviously if there's something more acute like a fracture or herniated disc, you're going to need something more dramatic. I don't want to use my leg. There's a lot of swelling, or with neurologic cases, pain can be, like I said, as a result of having spinal cord compression. They might not even be able to walk at that point.
Sure.
So.
Okay. So obviously if there's a dramatic incident that happens, you'll be able to kind of tell a lot sooner that your pet is in pain.
Absolutely.
What about gradually though? I mean, if pain does happen gradually, what can you do? Just be aware? Be overly aware?
Yeah, like I said, just kind of subtle things. You're going to know your pet better than anybody. So I have some people that'll come in and they'll be like, hey, not even walking, like the gait's altered, something like that. You know what I mean? Or you seem to be kind of maybe dragging their toes a little bit, something like that. Anything subtle that you're worried about, definitely get it checked out, and then kind of watch if it slowly progresses. And like I said, if you get those personality changes, anything like that is definitely an indication that, hey, something's going on, and it's better to be safe than sorry.
Sure. And we're talking a lot about dogs and cats. I mean, any other animals that we should be addressing, maybe horses or?
Absolutely, absolutely, any animal. I love the old school thought is, oh, well, animals don't feel pain. Oh, absolutely they do, So horses, cattle, pigs. One of my friends has a pig and she broke her leg.
Oh.
So with that, it was all of a sudden, hey, why is my pig not using her leg? And
Poor
it was
thing,
because it was broken. So, and I mean, whatever animal, whatever species it is, there's definitely things that can be done to help them out. Pain medications, surgery if indicated, anything.
So tell us, why is pain management important?
It's going to go back to quality of life. You know what I mean? Same thing with people. You know what I mean? If you have an issue that's painful, you're not going to want to live with it. Same thing with your animals. And especially because they're going to have a shorter lifespan than people. You know what I mean? So 6 months of being in excruciating pain or limping or something like that is a pretty good chunk of time for animals that live, unfortunately 12, 14 years. So our goal as a veterinary community and as owners is to make sure that they have the best quality of life that they can possibly have, and we can definitely do that with pain management, surgery if indicated, or anything we can do.
All right, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, thanks.
So we do have a special offer for our Great Day viewers. Mention you saw this segment on Great Day and receive a free consultation until September 2nd. And to learn more, you can head to southpawsvet.com, call 985-809-1590, or visit 2631 North Causeway Boulevard in Mandeville.